On the other video. You never see stupid Brady stuff over and over. You hear the same stupid stuff about Tom Brady. Oh, I'm on Texas reload. Good. So we got the Giants, and we got the Seahawks. Trying to go 16-0 against the Giants. I know how tough the Giants are, so pretty much clinched the playoff berth. Philly's 11-3. I am 7-0 about everything. Basically, I have live streaming. Do you mind? Gosh. My back tape still thrown 0 picks. Those are the rushing. Troy Nicholas has 5. Terrence Poles has 6. Dave Johnson has 11. John Brown and all those guys that we have. It says nothing about punt return for a touchdown. Wait, is my mic on at all? Sounds... And look! My mic... I'm gonna start this game up right now. I think my microphone died. Alright. Time to do this. Time to beat the Giants. At their own game. I'll talk to you guys later. Right at the end. Peace.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cardinals have become a national story as their quest for an undefeated regular season is almost complete. But they still got work to do and can't afford to think too far ahead just yet. It's the Giants going up against the Cardinals. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, Let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. Shrugs him off. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. In his 15th year now from USC, Carson Palmer will be the man under center.
Brandon, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season, so you know the pressure is ramped up in so many ways. People have to win games, try and get their bonuses, the whole deal. But how about trying to close out an MVP award?
Just 2 weeks to go. There has to be a lot of pressure, though. We talked about that in previous weeks, sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants about, I don't listen to that, and there's no pressure. All we're doing is trying to win games. He knows, we all know, he's been the one who's been leading the pack. Let's see if he can close it out.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Palmer to throw on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And now a first down following that long gain. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he works free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Darren Sproles, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
But he stick on the ground. Again, it's Marine. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line.
But they knocked that one free from Eli Manning, and he's not a guy who's usually fumble-prone, usually has a pretty good sense about getting rid of the football. But in this case, they managed to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah, stat to your point, I was looking back yesterday, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jerron Brown Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Robert Kimdichie in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks? Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for defense. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carlos Dansby in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Manning now to throw. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, Eli Manning coughs up the football and usually does a pretty good job of taking care of it. What's he been in double digits in fumbles 3 times in his career?
Yeah, after 2015, I think he had 3 years of 10-plus.
Yeah, but one of the things about his offense and how he's functioned throughout his career, they throw the ball downfield a lot, which means what? You hold it longer in the pocket. That can affect things sometimes. More time in the pocket means more chance for someone to get to you.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. And the record for receptions in a single season has been eclipsed.
Which tells you one thing. Not only is he getting open, he's not dropping anything that comes his way. What a fantastic season, jumping over the really high bar that had been set previously.
He's one of the best ever. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. And he floated one out there incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it's 3rd and 5. And this passing game, this whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. They'll run again with Vereen. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
To throw is Manning. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. A look at Darren Sproles as he works his way back onto the field for this next go-around. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 54 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. So they're going to go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And our players spotlight now as we turn our attention to Eli Manning. And boy, Charles, they have to find a way to just get him some time to breathe back there. He's been pressured throughout this game.
And I'll bet in his mind he's thinking the focus shouldn't be on how many times I've gone down.
They'll start out with a run by Vereen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to before they overwhelmed him?
Pretty much on top of him before he can take his first step. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Now it's Peterson. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And this is going to set up 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Darren Sproles. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cards continue to pour it on. That's a heck of a start to this one for him here in the first quarter.
2 receiving touchdowns, just getting the game underway, essentially. I mean, there's a long way to go. If I'm on defense, I've got to figure out how to slow this guy down, because when one guy shreds your team, that's demoralizing. Make him spread it around at least. But right now, he's showing no signs of slowing down.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Corey Peters in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run here with Vereen. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Throwing is Manning. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that'll be incomplete. Ten yards still left on second down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Troy Nicholas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals add on. That was a nice little setup there off play action for the long touchdown pass.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, it brings back bad memories for a guy like me as a former defensive back, because in a playbook I knew a long time ago, we described that play pattern as draw pass 9 go, meaning fly pattern after the play action pass, try and hit him for the deep ball, and boy, were they successful on that one. So tough because his speed is so great. You've got to make sure you don't miss any cues or keys in order to try and keep up with him.
Draw pass 9 go. That's still a nightmare to this day.
Yeah, I still wake up in the middle of the night and feel the guy going past me.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They go play action here on first down. Taking a shot here for Marshall. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw, it's Manning. And that is incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return is Peterson. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And that will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there was some...
David Johnson on his way. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
So many people at Landon Collins scouted as a guy who was excellent in run support and would struggle in pass coverage, especially in the back end of the defense. But in 2016, he made a massive jump as a safety, able to drop in the box, cover deep, and make plays on the football. In fact, I talked with his coach in the offseason, and he told me he's about 65 to 70% of reaching his potential.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 1st down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run it with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cards continue to pour it on. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain. Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here's Manning to throw. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Randy, that's the third time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate one fumble, twos, oh my goodness, three or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
Following the fumble recovery, it's Palmer. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. And New York set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a first down run here. This is Vereen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
So 1 quarter in the books here on Christmas Eve. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. Back to Glendale after this timeout. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. 10 for him now on the year.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number, led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again. Here's Carson Palmer heading back onto the field. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
And now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. On second down, Johnson. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Palmer gives to Johnson. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals add on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Manning now on first down. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. He's at the 30, 20. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
I'm sorry, but it's almost unfair. I mean, Brandon Marshall can make so many plays, but even when you think he's covered,
he's not.
No, he's really not. He uncovers and makes a play on you and picks up good yardage in doing so.
On the run, here's Vereen. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Shane Vereen now gearing up to help lead this offense back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
We'll see if he can look and do some soul searching now. On first down, here's a handoff to Vereen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
But it was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now Manning. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now let's look at David Johnson. Well, there you see it, a hat trick of touchdowns, and we're in the first half. I'm betting that he was over there saying, feed me.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I got to eat.
There is no doubt, and he's real hungry right now, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest about the whole thing. We don't have to be on the field to understand what he's telling everyone. Give me the ball. We're locked in with the offensive line. They're taking care of business, and I'm finishing things off.
Well, heck, he might be able to turn this into an historic event. We'll see. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and the run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Palmer. Man open left side is Brown. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On the toss, here's Johnson. Fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, Palmer. He's got it, the tight end, Jeff Hireman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. There's a 20th carry for Johnson. Able to power through. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he fights his way in, not giving up, and it's a Cardinal touchdown. David Johnson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cards continue to pour it on. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Manning now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Shane Vereen, the intended receiver there, and it's third down. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Shane Vereen now gearing up to help lead this offense back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. They'll run. It's Vereen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Dwayne Harris, the intended target. Third down here.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing now is Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they're known as the no-fly zone.
We remind you, no night game tonight on Christmas Eve, but we make that up with 2 games under your tree tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. Yes. I'm just reading the card. I got to give props to our writer, Ed Brady, there. But we start with the Steelers and Texans at 4:30 Eastern, followed by the Raiders and Eagles, a Super Bowl 15 rematch. You impressed that I know that?
I'm very much impressed that you know that. Who was the MVP?
Yep, that'll be at 8:30 Eastern from Philadelphia. Again, it's Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Johnson on the counter. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from the desert after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team would be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little bias. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On third down, Johnson. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here we go with Johnson. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, they won't get the touchdown, but they'll get the next best thing as they're able to convert on 4th down, and they'll be left with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They pitch it out to Johnson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They toss it out right to Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals add on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Kindici getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Cardinals are simply running the show in the first half. They've controlled the game and are way out in front. The Giants just need to figure out a way to bounce back. All right, let's roll the highlights. Now 1st and 10. Sproles is by himself here. This goes for a touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead. First and 10. Johnson's able to get clear of the defense, and he'll win the sprint to the end zone. The Cardinals way out in front. Now 1st and 10. Broken coverage here on the deep pass. And this play will go for 6 as the blowout is on.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play,
David Johnson on his way. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, 35 yards. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Cardinal defense, they head out to get set here. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick six, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
On second down, here's Manning. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Might have needed just one more block. As it stands, 37-yard return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, and it moves the chains.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The carry here for the big tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Troy Nicholas with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New York set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
this move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started. All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Rolling to his right, and he slides to avoid the hit. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They go to Johnson again. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Johnson running right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll run it with Sproles. And now running right through it. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
On 3rd down, it's Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a gain of 5, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, I'll tell you, this guy's had a monster game on the ground. So if you're going to go for it on 4th and short, it can't be any secret who's going to get the ball. And sure enough, he's going to add to his total here as they pick up the 1st down.
And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And once again, they go with Sproles. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Darren Sproles with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cardinals add on. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Up big, and they go for 2, and they get it.
I remember being in high school and seeing an article in the paper where a local columnist had said, "Why are we fighting over sportsmanship and running up the score? Just run it up on everybody and deal with it." Some people just don't care that way, and obviously this coach feels the exact same way.
So that article is saying the defense should be able to stop them.
That's what they're trying to say. Hey, if you don't want it to happen, stop them. Otherwise, quit whining about it.
And New York set to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one. Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game, but one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. Touchdown, Arizona. We
can debate all we want about Patrick Pearson returning punts. We know he's a Pro Bowl corner, so there's a risk factor there, but he loves it, and he often creates big plays, as we just saw there.
Yeah, here the end justifies the means, so to speak. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They'll start out with a run by Vereen. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run again with Vereen. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Manning going to throw. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Corey Peters in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Taken from just outside the 30. Field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, here's Palmer. Now they go screen. It's complete. Johnson jostles free. He's still on his feet. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He was in search of the tight end, Troy Nicholas. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And with that touchdown reception, we have a new single-season leader. We were waiting for this moment. We got to see it here.
How much fun is it that we were here to see it? And this guy's able to catch touchdown passes from everywhere. Red zone, out in the field. It didn't matter. You put in his vicinity, he carried it over the goal line.
And this one a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a first down run here. This is Vereen. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to hit his big receiver, Brandon Marshall, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Manning. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Frosty Rucker in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer?
David Johnson on his way. The 30, past the 20. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, 83 yards. And the Cards continue to pour it on. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you call
blitz coming And down he goes. Marcus Golden in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys?
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Marcus Golden in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They try and bring the pressure, but he still gets off a good one. Now it's Peterson. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing now, Palmer on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Palmer now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And
he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. In a single season, he's now up over 1,848.
At one point, we called Jerry Rice Flash. How about the dash we saw here today? The dash towards his record and past it. What a tremendous achievement. And how much fun is it for us to be here to witness it?
It's a pinch-me moment for us. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get...
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now out come the Giants. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll make it third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Throwing is Manning. And that will be incomplete as well. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here's Brad Wing now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return is Peterson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, 63 yards. And the Cardinals add on. And with that carry, he has done it. He breaks the single-game rushing record.
How about doing it in the spotlight of our game? How wonderful is that to see all those yards accumulated, culminating in a brand new NFL record?
They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Blake Bortles, over 300 yards now and also 3 touchdown passes. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Again, it's Manning. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Fights through and now a crease. David Johnson on his way. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson finding the end zone yet again. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper. Into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw it? And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. They'll run it with Johnson. And he will get in Arizona. David Johnson. He flat out can't be stopped. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you, he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. New York set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there. We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. Here's Brad Wing now. He's been terrific so far. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out now come the Cardinals. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball.
David Johnson on his way. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson finding the end zone yet again. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's at least
she's on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. And there he goes again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. On 1st down, Manning. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Manning to throw on 2nd down. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Marcus Golden. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dayon Buchanan in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's probably running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They are on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. The Jaguars extending their lead to a couple of touchdowns now. Blake Bortles, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt
some
about
pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent, and how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Cards, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the
All right, so Palmer, very good by him. Eli Manning only 108, but I love that play though. They were in whatever territory it was. They were gonna drive. That was amazing. Oh my God, that was amazing. Seriously. But I knew finally in this season kind of thing I would be able to get 100 points. Third quarter, I was trying, that quarter, I was just trying to, let it, okay, that was it. That was it. But if it wasn't for that conversion, it would be at least 205. And the fourth quarter would, instead of 78, would be at least 80 points in that quarter, and it would be at least 205. I understand I'm not going to get it. That one, But Carson Palmer only wanted to get him 8, but David Johnson, oh my God, he's the only reason I wanted to do it. 14 touchdowns. 14. That's messed up. That's messed up, bruh. That's messed up. I'm gonna, already saw everything. I'm going to end this game. Finally. Hopefully when Giant fans see that, oh no, it's not going to happen. Well, in real life, they got shut out as well. And I did not use my normal playbook, so still dominated with this other playbook. 203 is amazing. I am not doing anything with Bruce Arians. His legacy is at 75. I really don't care. I wanted to get this guy a Super Bowl. I think Cardinals have one of the best rosters, or did have the best rosters last year. Not taking anything away from Philly. But so I'm going to advance. Advancing to week 17, and I'm going to see all the standings. I don't know if this microphone, I can't hear anything out of my microphone. So, For the final game of the season, I'm going to put Jacoby Brissett in there and hope for the best. Oh, wait, no, I need to look at the depth chart. Oh, my gosh. So, I mean, I'm just going to, basically in this entire game, I'm going to feed pretty much David Johnson. So I want to see this quick. So, all that stuff. The Giants are already out of the playoffs. Rest of my starters. Everyone on my team is good. Does it matter? Oh my God. I want to hear boos in Seattle. So, and the schedule will speak for itself. I've only given up 20 points. I don't want to, purposely lose 183 against the Texans. That's pretty much it. Pretty much is what's been happening in this sort of season mode. But it stinks though. I didn't play Dallas twice, but Dallas is the only team I've actually given up a touchdown to. Is Dallas, and it wasn't even a passing touchdown. So I have 0 passing touchdowns allowed. Patriots, Eagles, but I'm the number 1 seed in my conference. See, I'm a 15 game. This is how many points I've scored, 542. But I've already shattered that record with against New England. And then I'm undefeated. I mean, I love when I see undefeated teams and they don't do anything. That's what is stupid in my opinion. All right, so I got one more game I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm not demanding a release, but I really want to see my team stats. Not the record stats, just that kind of stuff. I know what my defensive record is, but my defense should say that I've given up 0. Oh my God, that's in the negative. No. That's how much rushing yards, that's how much points, sacks, interceptions. Number 1 in defense, number 1 in offense. Number 1 in turnovers. I've only had 1 giveaway, 1 fumble lost, 0 picks. Oh my God, 80. Oh my God. Fumble recovery. Come on. I'm gonna see who I'm gonna play in the playoffs. I'm gonna go through division, see how I might play. I don't know if I beat Seattle, they'll be out. So the Eagles are the only team that won in their division, pretty much. Steelers won. Seahawks, I know the Packers might have a shot. You never trust it. You can never trust Aaron Rodgers. Oh, well, they're gonna have a shot. Falcons. And the Saints are 7. Here, I'm going to look up NFC South. Yeah, I really would like New Orleans to get in, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I don't know, like, I want to look at the Saints, because usually with the playoffs, it's tiebreakers. So, let's see, they beat the Panthers. They lost to the, okay, so they're tied on the season. I'm going to make this an away win for the Saints. And then I'm going to do something with the Panthers. I'm going to make the well, that's who they're going to be fighting for the division. Both are going to screw New Orleans. Both are going to screw the Saints. I just want New Orleans to get in. I don't know. I would like to force a tie. If it were up to me, I would force a tie. But New Orleans, I think they're already out of the playoffs, in my opinion. Philly has already made it. AFC North, Steelers already made it. Bengals are out. Oh, all those teams did make it. Texans made it. Jaguars made it. Titans made it. Colts and AFC East, the only team. And I would like to see Buffalo win, but I don't know if they will. Usually, when someone has the least amount of turnover, yeah, Denver. I think I don't know. Could they win? I mean, do they have a chance to make the playoffs? I mean, I don't know. I mean, so AFC North, Packers, Vikings. They're not squaring off. Both are 10-6. Falcons, Panthers. Panthers have lost. So I don't know if the Saints can win the division. I really don't care. The NFC East. So Cowboys are definitely going to make the playoffs. I've made it. NFL. So the only two teams right now that have made it. Well, I want Green Bay to win the division. I don't care about Minnesota. I want to play Green Bay in the playoffs. So I'm going to take care of that right now for the Packers. I think if they okay, they beat the Saints. They beat the Saints. They lost to the Ravens and the Lions, and this is it. I'm the forcing away win. Green Bay should be able to. They ran. I think, they ran the table. They beat the Vikings and Patriots. I want Denver to win as well. I can't believe they lost to the Jets. That's crazy. That was crazy. They lost to the Jets by that much. So, I want San Diego. I don't care what San Diego does. Chiefs. Said before, 1 touchdown, and that was it. I had 10 touchdowns, only 1 sack. And this is it. That's the only touchdown I've given up this season. That's it. The Dak Prescott touchdown. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys for week 16. Hope you guys have a good, whatever it is called. I can't read comments because my phone's all messed up. I mean, my stupid microphone. See if I can hear it through the lot. See if I can hear it. Yeah, my microphone is screwed up. Oh well. Yeah, my microphone is screwed up. Oh well. Yeah, like I can hear people, but they can't hear me. Yeah, my microphone is screwed up. Oh well. Hi. Yeah, like I can hear people, but they can't. Hello, Brandon Shepard. Yeah, my microphone is screwed up. Oh well. Hi. Yeah, like I can hear people, but they can't. Hello, Brandon Shepard. I apologize for I apologize for the echo. I can't hear my microphone actually. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So peace out. And all these people that said hello to me, thank you very much, and I will see you guys later or tomorrow because I will be doing another one to finish this season off. I will take a break, and then I will do the playoffs weekends. So peace out. See you guys later. Please subscribe to my channel if you get a chance. If you like Killing Floor 2, if you like classic games like Star Wars Battlefront, or you're a Pac-Man fan, I recommend, and I'm not talking about the new, I recommend that. So if you like content, if you like anything, just let me know in the comments. Oh, well, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.